Hello, one and all. This is Micah at Micah Kool-Aid here to talk about a video that my good friend Lucas Rojas, and also former member of the PWF Empire show, whatever we're going to call it, put up. And his video was stating that pro wrestling in its entirety is on the fast road to being dead, if not dead already. In his opinion, in his matter. And in my opinion, my thought is that actually wrestling is alive. Wrestling is alive and growing. And I'm going to give you my personal exact reasons why. Not right now, Marvel. Marvel is my cat. She is meowing in the background. Hopefully she will stop. Anywho, so in my opinion, I'm going to let Marvel out. In my opinion, wrestling is evolving because it just is. It just like through time, just like everything else, just like how technology, from the fact that we have smartphones compared to flip phones previously, compared to big behind cellular phones you put up onto your head, have evolved, or computers that were giant boxes are now laptops and whatnot. Wrestling is just like that. It is always evolving. And when I say that in the best way possible. Vince has stated recently that he will that he is thinking the possibility of him wanting to sell the company to another franchise so that he can go and do ventures of his own. In this example being of him going to starting his own XFL company back. I personally do not believe that he will do that because Vince is a control freak. I think that he will do the XFL as well as the WWE. But even if and when Vince steps down, I don't believe that the company is going to be going down. Lucas brought up in his video and in our own chat that right now wrestling in the ring is at its all-time high. You are getting week to week, all day by day, actually, most times, great wrestling to it out, if not phenomenal wrestling. But there are, when it boils all down to it, no good storylines that are going on right now. Everything is more so indie wrestling, by what he says. This isn't for what he said. This is for indie wrestling, which technically there's no quotation marks about indie wrestling. Indie wrestling exists. Indie wrestling is happening. Anywho, so where I'm going here is that indie wrestling is infiltrating the WWE, and more so, I believe indie wrestling is merging into the regular WWE format. Yes, there are multiple people in the company right now that are from the indie scene. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor. We can go on and on with, Daniel Bryan. The list goes on right now. It is at an all-time high. Becky Lynch, even Kairi Sane, Asuka even. Those individuals are indie wrestlers, and mostly their characters are right now are, I was a wrestler around the world that has honed my craft and am now in the WWE, the biggest place, and I'm going to make it for myself now. But that's not how all of them are. For example, Seth Rollins' character is that he was a part of the Shield. He broke up the Shield. He bought into the Authority. And right now, it's about a redemption story. It's about him changing from being that smarmy heel into being who he is now. One of the best storylines that I see right now in the WWE. It's not shined on as heavily as it was, but the storylines are still going. Back in the day, yes, the storylines used to be, for example, the Ultimate Warrior. I don't even know what he is. He's not a human being, definitely, by what all accounts and purposes. He's some sort of being from either an alternate dimension or an extraterrestrial world who has came here to Earth to give us the power of the warrior, or for example, the Macho Man Randy Savage, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, who is an egomaniac, over-the-top, loud, boisterous human being who wanted all attention on him, did not want anyone to talk to his girlfriend/wife, and was very, very, very into championships for himself and all that. And all of those men, though, were a part of indie wrestling. as the time goes on and as the storylines change, so do the company and overall does that. Um, they don't have a top name. The top name that they want to push right now is Roman Reigns. And I don't understand why they want to push so heavily this guy, and it's just not going to work like that. Not in the fact that Roman doesn't have it. Roman actually has shown me plenty of times now that he's one of the top guys. But the problem is, and this is the problem with the WWE, in my opinion, from the past, that they would go with one top guy. There was always previously, if we go back to when I started wrestling, which was Bret Hart versus Stone Cold, there were multiple top guys. There were Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock was coming along. And Diesel was hanging around. And there was somebody else that I can't think of off the top of my head. Then after that, it mostly was just The Rock, Stone Cold, and Triple H. Occasionally Mankind would show up. And that's Undertaker was an extraterrestrial thing. Then there's the era of Cena, which was just the top guy was John Cena, hands down. It was John Cena. I couldn't go to a place in Florida where wrestling is definitely at its mecca, where everybody here at least has or still does watch wrestling. I can't go to them and say, man, do you know who Randy Orton is, who Dolph Ziggler is, et cetera, et cetera. I can go on with those guys in that technical era of growing. And now I believe that WWE has multiple guys. They don't just need one, because you don't need just one. Because if that one guy decides, screw this, I'm out. Or if he gets injured, then you're done. You can't do anything. They tried to push it when Roman Reigns was injured, and it made the fans just resent him more because it was very clear that he's not there, but you still want me to think that he's there and also give me regular updates on him when you won't do that to anybody else. I can go to people right now and ask them, do you know who Roman Reigns is? And they know who he is, a regular person. Do you know who AJ Styles is? AJ Styles is very popular, at least around here. We have Seth Rollins. A few people know who Seth Rollins is. We have all sorts of Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is definitely, clearly growing in the ranks. I understand that he believes that right now that storylines and plots and whatnot are not going in the bigger than life, larger than life direction, and the idea of Vince's picture of wrestling isn't there anymore. But that's just how it goes. That's sometimes how life goes. While one idea is the way to go, you can branch it off into multiple ideas. And I believe the directions that they're going with those multiple ideas are very, very good and interesting. Where you got Triple H manning the helm of NXT, which is producing some of the best feuds that are out to date. They were the ones that started the Kevin. Well, they didn't start, but they were the ones that restarted the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn feud. They have the Velveteen Dream versus Aleister Black feud, which is one of the actual best feuds that I've seen in so long. A simple feud just based off of just saying, say my name. That's all he wanted. That's as simple as he wanted it, was for it to be acknowledged. And that was the whole match. We have the feud between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. We have the tag team division of Sanity and their feud originally with Authors of Pain. We have tons. NXT, for in-ring and storyline-wise, is a great catalyst for where wrestling can be and will be going in the possible future in the WWE. Will there be a little backlash? Inevitably, yes, because people backlash at what's new. It's a normal human reaction. But in the end, that new stuff will become the good stuff, which then will become the old stuff that the people who thought it was crap like then and now and in the future. Always. That is through the test of time. Through anything. And I'm just using WWE in this mantra. Other storylines can also be shown in ring, as New Japan has told me, where I barely can understand what they're saying most times, where I can pick up maybe 2, 3 words in a sentence every so often. But I can understand the universal language of wrestling and a storyline that can be told in the ring, from I'm too injured to use this move, but I can push through with all my might to get the championship that I want. Or I've been being pestered and bugged by the fact that I can't beat this guy. That's stopping me from going that extra mile that I need to go, but I need to push my limits. There is the factor of that storylines that have lasted long amounts of time, that are just building and 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 building. I just wanted to reach my hands up as far as they could possibly go on my phone to the crescendo, to the finale of their match, the big blow off. So, do I think wrestling is dead? No. I think it is evolving and growing like it always is. I think it's always getting better and better as time goes on. And I look forward to that, me as a fan, as time goes on, to when it gets better and better and better as I see it going now. Yeah, there's speed bumps on the way. Yeah, there's things that don't make plenty of sense. But on top of those things that don't make plenty of sense, there are also plenty of things that are interesting, that make most sense, that could go in many directions. And that's what I find the most entertaining. That's what I find the most interesting. Seeing where this one thing can go in any direction. And I want to see if they can execute it well. I want to see how that person adapts, how that person goes, where they go, in the form of Braun Strowman and everything that he's basically been doing in the 1 year. Jason Jordan is growing on everybody really fast. They may boo him now, but give him 2 years. Yeah, these 2 fingers are for 2 years, by the way. He's going to be one of the top stars. Hell, he's already getting there. There's Bray Wyatt, who is a very touchy subject to bring up here, but he is their homegrown thing, and he has way potential that they've squandered multiple times. There's in NXT floundering around Lars Sullivan, definitely the next Braun Strowman that's going to be showing up, but in a very different manner. There's what are they called? I'm so bad with names. Anyone that knows me knows this. The Street Profits. They're catching on really fast. And so many more. I don't think wrestling is dead at all. I think wrestling is just growing and evolving and staying alive every time. And they evolve. Yeah, there's some indie guys in there. Yeah, there's some flippy stuff in there. But there's also other stuff that can cater to other people. And I think so long as you as a fan can find those things that you like, and also learn to accept and be entertained sometimes by different things that you may initially not like, but open your mind, broaden your horizon, open your blinders up, and look at it in a different light. Give it a chance. You might just find that you might like it. It's Michael Kool-Aid, saying hey, telling you what he thinks, giving you his thoughts, giving you his opinions, giving you his evolution. Hit me at the hashtag WrestleJunkie, and I'll talk to you guys later. Catchphrase.